Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? Man, this is not the start to the week that I wanted. This is not how I wanted to end this month. But I'm telling you, I don't even need to explain anything. This picture, this thumbnail explains it 100%. I mean, the market is pulling money out of my behind like I'm a damn ATM. And it's not using a damn drop of Vaseline. And the bad part about it is I'm enabling it. It's not, I can't blame the market. The market's taking what I'm giving it and I'm enabling it. So, I'll tell you more about that here in a minute, but I wanted to play the Ice Cube song No Vaseline. There's one part of it when it talks about somebody's getting money pulled out of their butt like a ready teller. That's just the way I'm feeling right now. So let's take a look at today. I honestly I thought we were headed back up. And our swing that we got in yesterday on Roku, I thought we were gonna reach the 250 mark today for sure. Because the market was strong. It opened with a gap up, and then it's immediately sold off most of the day. It sold off right through lunch, and I think probably around 1:30 or 2 o'clock, we started to bounce a little bit, and then it kind of traded in a channel after that. But really disappointed in the market. But it did give me the first hit for Roku. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. And it looks good for tomorrow. So as long as this market doesn't come back in, as long as we're holding in this channel, I can trade. I know exactly what to do. I thought we were bouncing here, and we were. But the other thing is, we're still in this degree of uncertainty. Our president, you don't know, you know, whether he's gonna make one of his incoherent ramblings and move the market one way or the other. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen right now over at the G7? But that's something that we just have to be aware of and be ready to adjust if anything happens. But if nothing outside acts on it, I still expect this to run back up and either get close to retesting this or actually retest it before it pulls back. But it really is going to depend on what news comes out, any trade news that comes out, anything about our economy. I feel the market is really fragile right now. That's just kind of what I feel. And it's just waiting for some clear direction. And until it does, we're going to get some volatility. No doubt about that. We'll get some volatility. But whether it gets volatility and it stays trading in this range, that's what I'm going to be looking for in the next couple of weeks. All right, so our swing, this is what we got in Roku yesterday. It opened higher than the previous day's close. I bought it anticipating the 52-week high break, which was right here, right around 142 something, and a 143. And it did. It broke it, ran up to 145, and then pulled back and closed right around 143. So that was a pretty good start. We were off and running here. Yesterday I had my stop at my profit target at 145.50. Kind of halfway to the 150 mark. But today I decided, we're gapping up. The market looks strong. let's raise that first target to 147.50. And so that's what I did today. I raised that target to 147.50. And you can see early on, 9:41, that's when, right when the market opened and we were making that push up, we caught it. But then it abruptly sold back off. And I was actually trying to day trade this. I wish I could stop here and tell you I had a hell of a day. We locked in almost $2,000 on one day, holding this overnight. Just one day, we hit our first target. I'm looking for 150 to hit tomorrow. I wish I could stop and say, hey, this is it, but I can't. I guess if I wasn't trading live, I could hide the fact that I'm imploding from inside. But this was the one bright spot today. Locked in some really good profit here on Roku, and we're looking for some more. So I tried to day trade it today. I'm thinking that we're gonna go long. Of course, everything was strong. Look at this first candle. I know it's a big first candle, but yesterday Roku really surprised me at the open. It made a really good move. I kind of didn't respect it yesterday, even though it was on my watch. So today, I'm like, I kept my eye on Roku. And when it was looking strong and everything was pushing up, I got in. At this point, this was an all green candle, solid green candle. I'm looking for it to make this run up. And I'm looking for 148 for my first target here. And we couldn't get it. I mean, we had these candles that it was just going back and forth, back and forth. And then finally, this thing cracked, and I ended up having to start, hit my max loss stop. And so, that stopped me out. So I was frustrated. And then I'm watching the market come down, and I'm like, shh. So why I bought this long on this bounce with the market selling off remains to be seen. But I've tried to go long again. And this time I held it a little bit longer than I should have. And same thing as yesterday, trying to make something happen, or trying to impose my will on something that is uncontrollable, by me at least. So I had to sit there and think about this thing. And last night, and I think what the issue is, well, I know what the issue is I got that 30 grand number in the back of my head. This is the same thing that happened right at the end of the second quarter, when I was trying to reach my 25K goal by the end of the second quarter. And I was right there. And I ended up blowing up the last week and not making it. And I'm doing the same thing this week. So the good thing is I pretty much put myself out of me making it now. I mean, I could have made it. You'll see here in a minute. But I pretty much worked myself out of doing it. Now, yeah, there was opportunities here, but I was just disgusted with myself. Just to be honest with you, I was disgusted. I did manage this trade very well. This was kind of a trend continuation trade. I did manage this trade well. This was a chase as a race. That's what this was. I was just chasing it down. After I got stopped out for holding the damn thing too long, I just chased this thing down. And got a couple of targets here. It ended up stopping out as it reversed, and it came down. I got back in again right under the red to green here, or green to red, and it did pop a little bit on me, but we did sell off. Got to my first target here and was looking for 141, but just did not get there. It bounced. Once we claimed the 20, I was out. And here is, I mean, this is, I'm not going to go long buying into all of this, but here was the perfect flag right here that set up. It broke over VWAP. It pulled back. It held a 9. All through this, we're holding a 9. Here was a bet. I could have taken it here, and this would have been a really nice trade. This is the 5-minute opening range high, and you can see it. This stock still reacted to the opening range high here. And it kind of hung there the rest of the day, but I could have actually taken this, made some of my money back, but I was so disgusted with myself and letting myself get caught up in numbers. This is why I don't watch my P&L, why I try not to track it, and why I don't have monetary goals. But why I'm setting these things is beyond me. I don't even know why I'm setting it like that. My thing is, and my contention is, it doesn't matter how much you want to make by this month or that month. If you're in account growing mode, you take what the market gives you. Now the market is taking what I'm giving them, and I need to flip that around. But you guys take what the market gives you and put it in your account. Just let it grow. Keep building it up. If you have to wire out, you wire out, put it in a separate account so that you don't spend it, and you're saving it until you can open up a traditional broker account. And that's all we're trying to do here. But every time I have this big goal, and I'm looking at this monetary goal, and now had I hit it by now, it wouldn't be an issue. But because I only needed a couple of good trades this week, completely screwed up my mindset. So that's what I'm dealing. I was even thinking about going in trader rehab here. So this is what really ripped me apart. I was looking for this. I did the research on ADSK. I sent the email out to you guys. I posted in chat that I believe this is going down. You look at the score, the power ranking, the grade. I'm looking at everything, and you read the news, and it predicts that it's gonna miss on earnings. But this typically is not what makes the stock go down. What makes it go down is gonna be the guidance. Where does the stock think it's gonna be next quarter, 3 months from now, 6 months from now? Where's it going to be by the end of the year? And the guidance on it didn't look good. So I told you that I'm looking for this to gap down, and I was ready to trade this thing. Look at what it did. The one time that I decided not to take my laptop with me, because I knew that I felt that we were going to be back in time, and I'd be able to get in, and we go through this thing together, because it's not too often that I'm going to be able to do that now that school has started. And I didn't take my laptop, and we get halfway home, and my son remembers, or somebody texted him, told him they had rehearsal. Where is he? And I had to go back, and on the way back, we ran into this accident that had the whole street blocked. Couldn't do anything. Finally got out and had to go around, and by that time, 3:30. After 3:30, that traffic is hell. It's like 3:45, 10 minutes to 4. And I mean, it's like crazy out there. So I completely missed this trade. And this is one of those trades that can make your week. This would have made my week. This would have erased yesterday, erased today, and have me green. But, it is what it is. But I'm glad, a couple of you guys looked at it. You agreed with my assessment, and you took it. You traded it, and made some good money. And that's what I want to see. That's what I like to see. You guys learning, making decisions for yourself, taking the information that I give you, make decisions for yourself, and execute. So that's the only bright spot that I had today. The only bright spot is the mentoring, the messages I got from mentoring today, and then some of the members that really made good on this. All right, so that's going to do it for me today. I need to do some soul searching tonight, pull out some vintage ET, get my head screwed on straight, and stop worrying about money and start focusing on executing the trade and executing my trade plan and not changing it or amending it because I think something different. Just need to get all that out of my head and get back to work. So you guys have a great night, great evening, and I will catch you in the morning.